Welcome to Pokédeck Trainers. I am your host Albie, and today we're going to be going over this Gyarados EX deck list. The Gyarados EX decks have been on the rise. They have been taking down tournaments. They have been performing very well, and it is all because of this guy right here, Druddigon. Druddigon is a card that a lot of people are playing in things like Dragonite, Gyarados, and any other deck where you want to have a Pokemon on your bench that you're able to kind of put all your energy into it, put all your investment into it, and come and bring it into the active spot and win the game from there. Now, you have things like Greninja added on top of that for additional chip damage, making it a lot easier so that when your Gyarados comes into the active spot, you're able to start KOing everything at one shot. Now, this random ability here that loses energy from either you or your opponent on Gyarados is one of those abilities that there are times that if it affects you, it's not a big deal. You just put another counter on your Gyarados and you attack again. But there's been a lot of games that I've been into where it has played a massive role by having the opponent get rid of one of their energies that they needed for their Gyarados in order to have four, where now it left them with like two counters and now they would only be able to place the third. It's not like the biggest deal, but it does come into play, and it's a nice ability to have on top of this rampaging whirlpool of 140. So this is the list here. We have our Pokeballs, we have Professors, research to keep the deck consistent. We have our two Misties, and then we have our two Leafs. This is going to allow us to easily remove the Druddigon from the active spot when necessary. And also, if we need to remove our Gyarados, to either bring in a second Gyarados or to bring in a Greninja to help close out the game if our Gyarados' life total is a lot lower than we feel comfortable with leaving it in the active spot. Now, this is the list that I've been playing, and it's been performing very well. I'm going to show you guys the other list that I saw online. This one went 10-2 here at this tournament here. And as you can see, it is playing the same cards here. The differences are they're playing one Druddigon and they're playing two Potions and one Leaf. That's the differences between the list that I've been playing. So I'll probably go ahead and eventually make this list here and kind of try it out. I do think Potion is beneficial to this deck, especially when you're trying to protect your Pokemon in the active spot. I kind of like two Leafs, but it makes sense since you're only playing one Druddigon. You really only need one most of the time, so I can see why you would only play one, but I like to have it in every game and as one of my starters in the active spot, so that's why I play two. But I'll definitely give this deck list a shot. So here it is, folks. This is the deck. We're going to go ahead and play a couple games here. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the games. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump into a game here with Gyarados EX. Level 41, you don't see that too often. All right, so we're going to be going first here. All right. All right, we got some gas here so we can start cooking. We might be playing against something similar to our list, but without the Druddigons, maybe just playing the Vaporeons in order to shift their energies around. So we might see things like Starmie and Articuno as well. And I would not be surprised if they decide not to attack here. Usually you don't, oh, they are. Usually you don't really want to attack very often. You want to kind of attack one time because you end up taking less chip damage. Alright, there's our Gyarados. Let's go ahead and start loading up our Magikarp here. And now they are on a clock, because they have to get rid of this Dredagon in order to get to that Gyarados before it's online. And we have the leaf to take it out of the active spot fairly easily. They are also going to be playing Gyarados, so it looks like it's going to be a race here. So we need our Greninja so we can start chipping away at that Magikarp. Just pass the turn here. We got 11 cards in the deck. And we haven't hit any professors. We could force that Gyarados or something else. And there goes Misty. See if we hit anything here. Okay, that's good for us. Alright, now we're cooking with gas. So let's go ahead and... Let's go here. And pass turn. Hopefully they attack here and it actually connects, and then we can Greninja them. But if we draw the Greninja, but we have to be careful in kind of taking out our Gyarados here because they also have a Gyarados. Okay, so they're going to come in first and they're going to take this out. This is going to give us an advantage here, especially since they're going to take some chip damage here. I'm going to play the second Dredagon here because if we draw Greninja, we remove it. We come in with our Gyarados and we knock out their Gyarados. Okay, so no Greninja here. So we're going to go here. We really needed a Greninja there. But let's see what they do. They could just attack. They could also have a Sabrina here. Okay, this is a mistake on their end. This is a big mistake on their end because now our Gyarados is going to come in. It's going to take out their Gyarados and they have no energy. Big mistake on the opponent's part here, in my opinion. Okay, and there's the Misty. Alright, so now there's nothing they can do. If we would have had Greninja, this would have, even if they would have not misplayed, we would have had a huge advantage. Because we were able to do our chip damage and then take out their Gyarados. The opponent should have definitely not... Yeah, the opponent should have definitely not used their Gyarados to attack into our Dredagon. Because they need to keep that HP as high as possible so it doesn't get one-shotted by ours. The way you want to play the mirror match is you want your Gyarados to have to take 2 hits, 2 attacks before it gets knocked out, and you want to be the one that attacks first. So it becomes kind of a dance where you want to put yourself in a situation where they're forced to play their Gyarados, and then you can play yours, attack theirs, then they attack yours, and then you knock theirs out. But if you haven't already knocked something out earlier in the game, they could come back with their bench and knock yours. So it's really tricky, but that's why we have things like Greninja to help us really take down their Gyarados HP. That way when we bring ours in, we can just one-shot it. And then take a hit and then one-shot whatever else they have there. Well, there you have it, my friends. A game with Gyarados EX. Let me know what you guys think about this deck. Thank you guys for watching, and take care.